Hey y'all, welcome back to Wellness Wednesday. We are getting back into the swing of things, so let's get to it. Of course, I'm back with my notebook because, I have to remember what I'm talking about. So, today I want to talk about the importance of physical health. Being a millennial, being a part of this generation, I do think that a lot of us are moving towards healthier lifestyles. I think that a lot of us are being more conscious of our health and what we are putting into our bodies and how we are just living overall. And I really want to have this conversation because I really want to ensure that there is a space to really talk about the importance of longevity. Um, you know, we are still young. We still, have youth on our side, I guess you can say. Some of us still have, vitality, and we still have the ability, our bodies still have the ability to bounce back from poor decisions that we make when it comes to our health. Sometimes, not all the time, but it exists. And I think that sometimes we create a dependency on our youth. We create a dependency on that bounce back factor instead of focusing on longevity. And we put ourselves at risk for some health complications when we solely depend on our body's ability to bounce back from trash decisions that we make when it comes to our health. So, I want to talk about how we can create sustainable habits that, you know, now they may seem like recreational, or they may seem like, I won't even say recreational, just creating sustainable habits that will carry us through later periods of our lives when we get to mid and later adulthood, because this youth is fleeting. Okay, we won't be young forever, and we have to be able to have something to stand on that will help us, of course, ourselves to be healthy, but then to produce, if we choose to, healthy generations that we will be able to set an example for, but that we will be able to physically produce. um so how do we transition into a sustainable, healthy lifestyle? I'm gonna start off by saying that I am not a health guru. I am not a fitness guru. I am just someone who is pretty health conscious. I don't really consume a lot of um, unhealthy things, I guess you can say. I am grateful and fortunate enough to have a body that tells me when I'm consuming something that I shouldn't be. My body is very, very honest about those things. So, like, if I eat too much salt, too much sugar, I get a headache or I'll get nauseous. If I'm drinking or eating something that I've given up, or don't consume any longer, my body will react, and I realize, like, okay, I shouldn't be eating this. But we'll talk about this in a second. But it's just something that I'm passionate about. Health is something that is important because at the end of the day, if we're talking about elevation and healing, there's no way that we can, and success, there's no way that we can have this conversation if we're not talking about our physical health. So, what are some things that we can do? Take your vitamins. I know that, mom and grandma were telling you when you're younger, you gotta take your vitamins every day, but this is important to pour nutrients back into your body. I personally am not a huge proprietor of Western medicine. I thank God that I haven't had to be one. I take Tylenol, or I take Excedrin if I have a really bad headache, or if it's that time of the month and Mother Nature is like ringing me up in the inside, I'll take, something to relieve the pain. But other than that, I don't really take a lot of Western medicine. I rely heavily on herbs and building my immune system through herbs, implementing them, whether I just take them in the form of like a capsule or something, or putting them in smoothies or like juicing or things like that. I take my vitamins, and I am serious about that because I know that sometimes with my diet, I don't get all the nutrients that I need, or at work or just being out in the world, my immune system needs to be built up because people are gross. So, it's important to do that. and y'all know I'm looking down at my notebook, it's just in my lap. Moving your body, that is important. I know that, you know, a lot of us, thankfully and gratefully, are really into the gym and, you know, the gains and all of that. And of course, you know, getting in the gym, it makes you snatched. But the reality is there's more benefits to going to the gym than just being snatched. So, you know, we have to move our bodies, because if we don't move our bodies now, we're not going to be able to move them later. Okay, being in shape is extremely important. So whether it's going to the gym, whether it's doing yoga, whether it's just stretching your body, whether it is just moving your body and moving that stress that we harbor in certain places of our body out of our bodies, that is important. Because if not, we are harboring these things and we're not moving our joints, we're not getting in shape. We our stamina is trash. Like, all of these things are just going to carry on into later life and get worse. Drinking water. I know, again, this is not news. This is not a news flash, but drinking water is extremely important. I'm grateful to have been raised by someone who drank a lot of water and still does. My mom drinks water all day, every day. That's, you know, all I saw. So, you know, I drink a lot of water, and if I'm not drinking enough water, my body will tell me. I'm not the person that has to be admitted to a hospital because I'm dehydrated. Like, I can feel it, I know. And you probably can too, and so you should probably listen to your body. It's important. I don't drink soda. I do drink ginger ale, but that doesn't count. But I don't drink soda. I stopped drinking soda when I was a teenager, and I just never went back to it. Now, as an adult, if I drink it, instantly I'm getting nauseous, or instantly I'm getting a headache, because it's too much sugar. It's just too much, and it's not good for you. And my body is like, girl, no. So consider that. Juice as well. I do drink juice, sometimes too much of it, and so I try to drink a lot of water to counteract. I'm trying to drink less juice, but that's a lot of sugar as well, and we really have to think about that, because it seems harmless because it's not soda, but it's a lot of sugar as well, and sugar can impact your body negatively, so think about that. And diet. You know, what you eat, what you consume really impacts your health. You know, if you are going to the carry out every other day, you might want to reevaluate some things. You know, it tastes good, yeah, and you know, it's cool, but it's cool till it's not. You know, we really have to consider later on down the road, is what I'm consuming now going to cause me to have health complications in 5, 10, 15 years? If I am constantly, you know, eating a lot of high inflammatory foods, if I'm, you know, consuming a lot of sugar or carbs that turn into sugars, or a lot of greasy foods, or a lot of fatty foods, and I'm not balancing that with, you know, obviously vegetables and fruits, and I just don't have a balanced diet, it's going to screw you up later on in life. And I think that we have to, again, consider the importance of longevity. Because if we are going to be able to live, first of all, to the point where we're able to see the success that we're aiming for, we have to build the habits that are going to get us there. And what you eat is what it is. I know it's hard because, you know, sometimes, and don't get it twisted, like I said, I'm not a health guru. I definitely have my moments. I don't eat a lot of, I don't really eat fast food, greasy foods that much. Sugar, salt, like all of those things I can keep, you know, limited or at moderation, because I just don't, my body doesn't like it. However, when you're talking about, I have a mean sweet tooth sometimes. Like cakes, cookies, ice cream, things of that nature, it gets a little dangerous. And ladies, when it's that time of the month, I'm with you. I'm going to the store and I'm racking up on all of those things. So it gets real, but you know, it's okay. Moderation is the key. This one might, you know, step on a little bit of toes, but it's the truth. Reducing your alcohol and recreational drug consumption. Listen, I know we're young, you know, the turn up, and you know, our bodies can bounce back. You know, we can, you know, do what we have to do, but consuming a significant amount of alcohol is going to negatively impact your body, your organs, first of all, and second of all, your body's ability. It deteriorates your body, and it can also mess with your mood, because alcohol is a depressant, and it can be addictive as well. And I think that sometimes we think of these things in like loftier aspects, like it's so far away from us until it isn't, until we are in the hospital because our liver is not functioning the way it's supposed to, or we're having, you know, people around us asking if we're okay because we're drinking so much. So really monitor that and really be real about it. You know, if you feel like, you know, I'm drinking too much alcohol, or, you know, I don't know how to stop, or whatever it is, there are resources out here and you can get assistance and you can get help. And if the people around you love you and really rock with you, you should be able to be open and honest with them about, you know, getting healthier and like putting or breaking that habit and putting that down so that you can just have a healthier lifestyle. And above all of this, none of this is gonna work if we're not consistent and we're not disciplined in our approach. That is the hardest thing. It is hard to be consistent and disciplined with a certain diet. It is hard to be consistent and disciplined with going to the gym or moving your body every day, or coming up with some type of regimen that helps us to be healthy. But that's what's gonna get us to that longevity piece. You know, if it was easy, you know, would it be worth it? I'm gonna say no. So these are just things that you really have to consider. You know, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not a health guru. I'm not a master of these things, but I'm serious about my health because I'm important. My vessel is important. And there's no way that I can do the work on this earth that God has created me to do if my health is trash. Okay? This is something for us to think about. That's it. I know I've been rapping for a long time, but this is something that I'm passionate about and it's important to me, and it should be important to you too. All right. So that's it, y'all. Until next time, be well. Peace.